Well, joining us now to give us a look at the future of meme stocks is Mr. Brendan Caldwell, Director of Caldwell Securities Ltd. Brendan, welcome back to Forum Daily.
Always good to be here. Thanks for having me.
So meme stocks, Brendan, have been getting a lot of attention on the news lately. So let's start with discussing what exactly meme stocks are.
Well, let's start with the word meme for a moment. It's an odd word, which the original idea of a meme, it's the cultural ideological equivalent of a gene, where a gene is passed on generation to generation. A meme is a cultural idea, a practice, a tradition, a custom, that's an idea about life, the universe. Those were all memes passed on generation to generation. But what it's taken to mean in the internet world is what's ever hot and trendy. So whatever hot and trendy, that just rather than being passed on generation to generation, reproduces more like a virus in keeping with the current situation. And it goes, well, viral. So a meme, what was an intergenerational transfer of knowledge, is now something that goes blah, all over the interwebs. And how it's applied to stocks is there's a handful of stocks that investors have all cottoned on to, seeming all at once, but at a rapid rate, and taken unsuspecting stocks that nobody cared about or loved, like a movie theater at a time when no one's going to the movies, or a video game retailer when everybody's downloading their games online, and taken them up to the stratosphere. So that's the history of memes and meme stocks in 30 seconds or less.
And do you think meme stocks are so popular right now because investors are suffering from FOMO, or fear of missing out? What do you think is causing this trend, Brendan?
Well, there's two things. The technical financial thing that's causing them is, of course, these are the stocks that should go out of business, right? Because no one's going to the movies. Nobody's buying a BlackBerry. Because, I mean, I'm the last person alive that actually carries a BlackBerry, I think, me and my father. And then nobody's going to a retailer to buy video games. So these are the stocks that should go out of business. So what's happened is that investors that don't buy stocks but short them, sell them when they do not own them, they have to borrow those stocks that they sell not owning from somewhere. And what investors started to do is take advantage of these shorting investors, these hedge funds and others that were so sure AMC was going to go out of business that they sold the stock hoping the stock would go down. Once there was no stock to borrow, though, the stock went shooting up because millions and millions of people are buying these shares. And then AMC goes and underpins their share price with $500 million US in a new issue. So what these meme stocks have been able to do, at least in the case of AMC, is use the market volatility to their advantage and get the cash they needed from issuing new shares, if not from actually people going to the movies.
So I guess the big question here is, Brendan, who would win in a meme stock world?
Well, eventually business, the economy, entrepreneurship wins. What happens to the financial markets is largely emotionally driven, and these meme stocks are just a heightening of it. There has been talk in the US Congress about curtailing this and changing that, and investment firms have curtailed the amount of margin, the amount of borrowing they allow against meme stocks. But ultimately, in the short term, emotions, but in the longer term, business. So if, for example, AMC is able to raise $500 million and then, having recapitalized itself, find a new business model that'll get people either back to the movies or reimagining their business in some other way, then the economy and the people that work there and the business will benefit as a result. So ultimately, that's going to be the winners. From an investment perspective, it teaches, I think the winner is our psyche, because it teaches us humility. Those that were so sure that these things were going to go out of business were helping us every way they could by jamming the stock prices down, when in fact the market said no. So I think however much money you have, and whether you're short or long or buying a meme stock or a regular stock, having a degree of humility in the market is no bad thing.
All right, Brendan, thank you again for your time today on Forum Daily. Always great having you on the show.